Hello and welcome to week 10 of NFL Game Picks. Double digits, baby. Double digits. 2 full hands. What do I do with my hands? Oh, man. Stop it. Please stop. Anyways, yeah, week 9 was a tough one for the Miami Dolphins in terms of play, but came back from Germany literally 24 hours ago, and it was quite a splendid time. It was overall just a great experience, just, diving into the culture there in Germany and trying out new things, exploring the city. Frankfurt was a good time. The thing I won't say was great was the outcome of the Dolphins game, but, it is what it is. What are you going to do? They played a really good team, the Kansas City Chiefs, held them to 14 points off defensively. So with that, I take a little bit of a win, but the fumble was very costly. Offense couldn't get it going. So in that terms of stuff, it wasn't great. But aside from that, awesome experience, and I was really glad I went. How about you guys? Joey, it was pretty busy this weekend, though.
Yeah, a little busy. Kind of watched this game on my phone. I was at that point of the season where I'm like, you know what? Let's kind of plan other things while this game's going on, and get a little bit of errands done. But we figured it out, and we actually did come away with a win. Broke the 4-game losing streak. I was happy to see that. We'll see what happens here moving forward with the rest of the season, but it was nice to see the Packers get a win. We play Pittsburgh this week, so kind of just looking forward to that, hoping we come away with another W.
Sick.
Yeah, we lost again
Yeah.
to DJ's Saints. We were still in it to the end for the most part, despite having like 5 turnovers in that game, which really killed us. That's pretty much how we lost. That defense, like I mentioned, is legit. We could have won if we wouldn't have turned it over so many times, but I have faith in this matchup coming up this week.
And then we're going to get into the standings really quick. At top of the leaderboard, we have Yadian with 91 wins, 45 losses, 9-5 last week. And then we have a 3-way tie for second place. It's myself, Hector, and Victor, all at 85 and 51. I had a really, really bad week, 6-8. Hector went 8-6, and then Victor went 9-5. And then we have a new welcomee to third place.
Yeah, your boy back up top, coming for all you guys up there. Speaking of me and DJ, our 2 teams facing off last week, now we're both tied. Pretty decent record for both of us, 84 and 52 overall. I went 10-4 last week.
Nice. And then, Joey, where are you at?
Man, all the way there at the bottom. My picks still suck. I'm 76 and 60 on the season. Like I said, I needed to go a full week of all correct picks to turn this thing around. Other than that, I'm gonna be swimming at the bottom for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a horrible week for you, 8-6.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
still.
We have Andres G with an 11-3 week. That was the top performer of the week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was the top performer. But with all that being said, how about we hop into Thursday night football? Who do we have, Chris?
Thursday night football, we got the Carolina Panthers coming to Chi-Town to take on the Bears. I'm going to just make it easy. I'm going to take my Bears at home. As long as we can get after Bryce Young, which most teams have been able to this year, I think we stand a pretty good chance of staying in this game. I think if we don't turn it over 5 times like we did last week, that also is going to help a lot. And I think at home we should be able to get this win, which hopefully we do, because we have Carolina's first-round pick next year, and right now it's looking like a top 3 type pick. So we really want to not lose to this team. So hopefully we get a win on Thursday night. I'm off. I'm stoked. Get to watch a Bears game finally. So pretty hyped.
Yeah, I'll make my points here very quick and simple. I will be going with the Chicago Bears. I agree with what Chris said. You have their first overall pick. So you want to make sure you guys win this game, even though it hurts your own draft positioning. But at the end of the day, I think the Chicago Bears do have a better team than the Carolina Panthers. But I'm excited to see what Bryce Young can do against your guys' defense. You guys have a very young defense that could be susceptible to mishaps and miscues, especially with some injuries there. So it's going to be interesting to watch, but Bears come out on top.
Yeah, I probably would go with the Bears here, but I think I'm going to go with the Panthers just to pick against you guys so I can get that edge in the leaderboard standings and stuff. Both teams are floating at 2-7, 1-7, but both 7 losses apiece. Like you said, the Bears are going to be trying extra hard because Carolina's got their number 1 overall pick. I'm going to go with Carolina here just because I feel like they know the pressure that's on them, and they're going to try to pull out a W.
What do we have on?
We got the Indianapolis Colts going to New England to face off against. Or sorry, they're going to Frankfurt, Germany to face off against the Patriots. Listen, the Patriots have been terrible this season, and the Colts have looked pretty good. I mean, for an AFC team that's 4-5, they're not in the playoffs. That sucks because the competition is so high. But I'm going to rock with the Colts here. I like Gardner Minshew a lot. He's probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL currently. I don't know, but he's definitely top 5. Up for debate for sure, but I'm going with the Colts.
Nice.
I'm also rock with the Colts on the road, although it's not really a road game, so it's kind of a neutral field game for them. I agree with what Joey said. Colts are the better team, definitely. I feel like Gardner Minshew isn't that bad, but he hasn't been great. He hasn't really been winning a lot of games for them, although they have been in games. I'm going to take them on the road and hope that he limits his turnovers. And, yeah, I think they're a better team than New England. So as long as he does that, they should win.
I agree with both of you guys. I am also going with the Indianapolis Colts. I think the way this New England Patriots team has been going about their season hasn't been the best. They haven't really had a good chance of solidifying how their offense should be ran. They don't know who their number 1 wide receiver is, and that doesn't bode well with the fans. This is the lowest I've ever seen Patriot fans ever be, at least in my lifetime. Ever since I've been alive, they pretty much have had Tom Brady, and they've been on top of the road, and things have not looked great for them so far. So it is a little bit frustrating for them, but this Colts team is young and has decent talent, and I think well enough offense that is more consistent. Defense is better. Flat out, Colts are a better team here. Let's move on to the 1 o'clock slate, and we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. This is a really good divisional matchup. The AFC North, massive division. Everyone's just separated by 2 games, and if the season ended today, every single team in the AFC North would be in the playoffs. So that's pretty astounding in terms of how that division is shaping up. Baltimore Ravens, though, better team here, without a doubt. I'm going to rock with the Baltimore Ravens. The biggest thing is the uncertainty on offense. Is Deshaun Watson going to play? We know this Browns defense can kick a door in anyone's face, right? But can they do that to Lamar Jackson consistently and limit this offense? I think so. But I think the Ravens defense definitely helps out, especially if Deshaun Watson doesn't play.
I'm going to rock with the flock. Both of these teams are pretty good, like you mentioned. I think Baltimore will get the window and extend their lead in that division. Both teams, crazy defensive performances last week. The Cleveland Browns blanketed the Cardinals 27-0, and then Baltimore won 37-3 against the Seahawks. Give me the flock. I think the offense is a little bit better, and I can trust Lamar more than I can Deshaun at this point.
The Ravens are probably the best team in the AFC, and they are dominant this year. I will give them that. They probably have the best chance to win the Super Bowl out of pretty much any team in the NFL. I mean, the Eagles are good too, but I'm rocking with the Browns here. Little upset W in the AFC North. Listen, man, Browns have had a lot of close games, and then they've had a lot of blowout wins too. So I'm kind of excited for them, too. I mean, they got Deshaun Watson back. Him and Amari Cooper look to have a little bit of a thing going on here. I think I'm going to rock with the Browns here just off a whim. The defense looks pretty solid. And, I don't know. They can shock them. And if anybody's going to get a win over Baltimore, it's going to be a divisional opponent, in my opinion.
Sure. What do we have next?
So we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Pittsburgh to face off against the Steelers. My boys had a good win against the Rams last week, although Brett Rippon was the quarterback, so can't really tell too much. But the defense did play well. Offense did play well as well. Aaron Jones, 20 carries. That's the key to success, Matt LaFleur. Feed Aaron Jones, and that's it. We don't need Jordan Love to be throwing deep balls or anything like that. 1 or 2 a game, sure, but let's just get the run game going with Aaron Jones. We do have a tough opponent this week with the 5-3 Steelers, who are a good young squad. The offense is pretty with Matt Canada as their offensive coordinator, so we don't really know what's going on. Our offense is kind of too, so this might be a little bit of a boring game. If you're going to bet, probably take the under here. But I think I'm going to rock with the Steelers just because last week was great and all, but we don't really know what to think moving forward. And picking against Green Bay made them win last week, so why not try it again?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence here with this pick as well. I think you guys kind of, like, you set it up pretty well. You guys are pretty even teams, both young to certain degrees. I think your defense is a little bit behind the Steelers' defense. I think their defense...
It's a lot behind. I mean, if we drafted T.J. Watt, I mean... Don't even get me started on that whole conversation. But yeah.
For sure. I think your secondary is a little bit more healthy and veteran-wise. That's why I would put him not so far behind.
Jair got banged up, and he didn't practice today as of Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Today's Wednesday. So shoulder injury. He did have a lingering back injury, but it's a little bit of a shoulder injury. I hope he plays because obviously we need him. He's a great leader, and we have an inexperienced secondary, especially after trading Rasul Douglas. So we really need him to play.
That is true. But aside from that, this Steelers defense, I think, will wreak havoc on the Green Bay Packers. So I will rock with the Steel Bullies. And I think they need to start getting things going offensively if they really want to keep pace in that AFC North, like I alluded to last game, that is just a very tight race. And if the season ended today, all of them would be in the playoffs. So that offense needs to start stepping it up. That defense can't keep on winning them games consistently.
Yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh as well. They're really good at home. They already beat the last team we were just talking about, Baltimore Ravens, at home. I think they're going to continue to be pretty strong when they're playing in Pittsburgh. So give me the Steelers in this one against a bad Packers team.
Yep. If the Packers win this one, I'll be shocked to say the least, but I'll be very excited moving forward. But good luck, boys. We're going to need it.
All right. Next, we have the Houston Texans versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm really excited for this matchup. This Texans team has been one of the more surprising teams throughout the entire NFL. But it's not too shocking. I was kind of not on board with them to start off the season, but I was, optimistic about them last year, and then they ended up having a really high draft pick. But what they did with that is turned a lot of their draft capital into 2 of the top 3 picks, and that was C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Will Anderson hasn't been too crazy. I wouldn't say he's been bad either. I mean, he's a defensive lineman. It's hard to really explode onto the scene as much as C.J. Stroud has been. And he's been in the conversation for top 10 quarterback in the entire NFL, and he's playing like it. Does that make the difference against the Cincinnati Bengals team? I'm not too sure. I'm going to go with the Bengals. They are the safer pick. But man, oh man, if the Houston Texans win this game, watch out. They're going to start making a lot more noise throughout the league.
Yeah, if the Texans win, they're, in conversation to make the playoffs and win that division at, this point in the year. I don't think they're going to win. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I am excited, like you mentioned, to see Stroud go against Burrow and go against a legit defense in Cincinnati. But, I don't know, the Bengals, like I mentioned, they're going to heat up, and they heated up. They've won the last 4 games. I think they're going to make it 5 in a row and get a good win at home.
One thing really quick, Joy, sorry.
Go for it.
I want to add that, they showed Joe Burrow early on in the season and this past week, how he was standing on his back leg, and it seems a lot better. Week 1, it was, not putting any weight on it, trying to avoid putting any type of pressure. This past week, he was full plant, just letting it rip. So I think that's something that is really helping out this Bengals offense, and they had a really good game against the Buffalo Bills.
Well, anybody that has Joe Burrow in fantasy has definitely noticed the difference between the start of the season until now. Really turning it on as of late. Really proud of him. I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. It's really hard not to like him. I feel like everybody that's an NFL fan is a Joe Burrow fan. But he's good. I think he's good for the league. So I'm going to rock with Cincinnati here too. I really also think C.J. Stroud is good for the league. The fact that he's killing it as a rookie. I mean, last week he had 5 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns.
I want to say 5.
And
broke a record.
how many yards? I mean,
470.
470. I mean,
Something
incredible.
like that.
I mean, he broke the rookie passing yards and touchdown passes in a game or whatever it was. Insane. Congrats to him. Really happy for him. Really happy that there's a dominant rookie quarterback emerging. And I'm going to go with Cincinnati here, though, because Houston's defense is not too great.
Yeah, I just checked and it was 5 touchdowns. I mean,
Yeah.
comeback fashion. I caught the tail end of that game, and man, it was pretty exciting seeing the Buccaneers and the Texans going back and forth, and Stroud just leading I forgot how long the last drive was, but it was like 40 seconds left or so in the game, and no time, like one timeout. I mean, the guy's special. He's really young and he's really impressive, and I think there's a lot of good things coming his way in the future. But who wants to take us to this next game? All right, Chris is.
I'll take it. We got Nola going up to Minnesota to play the Vikings. I'm gonna make this easy. I think I'm gonna take the Saints. That defense is legit. Josh Dobbs, I think, is gonna struggle. Yeah, the story was cool last week and they got a win, but I don't think they're gonna continue to win. Still no Justin Jefferson, who's coming back from that injury. He's not gonna play. I'm gonna take New Orleans on the road and hopefully for them they can get a big win because now they're taking control of that division, it seems like.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the whole Josh Dobbs thing was a great little fairy tale, great for clicks, but now it's kind of the real thing, and teams are going to know that they're going against him, and they're going to look at the film on him, and they're going to know who he is, and that he's just a backup quarterback in the NFL. The New Orleans Saints are going to win this game, and the Minnesota Vikings are going to die out. Sorry.
Boys.
No Cam Akers either.
Boys.
Torn Achilles.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, jeez.
School?
Why don't you shave your eyebrows off?
Dude, shave my eyebrows, shave my head, shave my beard. I will be a big bald baby just like Joshua Dobbs because I'm the rock with the Minnesota Vikings. I just like what I see from him. This guy's a winner. This guy knows how to route things up. He knows how to turn up the ball. And he knows how to just put his team in ways to win, and I love it. And this was the best move the Minnesota Vikings could have ever made after Kirk Cousins going down. This is keeping their season alive. I'm not even going to dive into how Minnesota's season is going the rest of the way. They might have a possibility of winning out and winning the season and winning the division, and possibly if the Detroit Lions have a couple slip-ups. They haven't even played Detroit yet, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see down the line. But this Minnesota Vikings team with Joshua Dobbs at the helm, not saying they're world beaters, but with the schedule they have aligned in front of them, I think things could turn out the way Minnesota fans were hoping, at least to make the playoffs. I don't think their whole season is a wash at this point. But let's keep it moving. We have probably the best game of the 1 o'clock window, and this is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars currently sit at 6-2. San Francisco is 5-3. 3-game slide, and I think that ends this week. I'm sorry, Jacksonville fans. This is a must-win game for the 49ers, or you have to break glass in case of emergency. I don't even know what glass they're going to break because is this a weird point in the season? They kind of already did break the glass by acquiring Chase Young from the Washington Commanders, so his debut is going to be against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's going to be something absolutely interesting to see. Him and Joey Bosa back on the same line. Nick Bosa, my apologies, on the same line once again, like they were in Ohio State. But, hey, man, they're brothers. I mixed up the names. My bad. But aside from that, this offense, hopefully they can get Debo back. And aside from that, I'll let Chris get back on to the Jaguars here.
Oh, man, this is going to be a tough matchup for them. I really want to take Jacksonville at home. They're coming off a bye, too, so I feel like even more time to rest, get healthy, because Trevor Lawrence was a little bit banged up, especially after that London game. Mm-hmm. But San Fran has lost the last 3 after winning the first 5. Jacksonville's won 5 in a row. like, what's more likely, Jacksonville win 6 in a row or San Francisco lose 4 in a row? I'm trying to weigh my options here. I really want to take Jacksonville at home, so I'm going to do it. And hopefully you both take San Fran and I pick up a game on you both.
Well, you are going to be right about that. I'm going to take San Francisco. Really need Christian McCaffrey to take off for fantasy purposes. But I'm not out on the 49ers. I'm also not out on Brock Purdy either. He had a little bit of a tough stretch. But I think that they're still going to be a pretty dominant team in the NFC. And that they're going to get a W here over the Jacksonville Jaguars, even though that they have themselves been a dominant team in their respected conference.
Nice. What do we have for the last 1 o'clock game?
We have the Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And my boy Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been struggling. They've been losing a lot of close games. They've lost 4 in a row. I think that ends here today at the 1 o'clock slate for them. And they get a W here over the Tennessee Titans, who just named Will Levis their starter.
Yeah, I'm really on the fence here. I am optimistic about what Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers could be, but it hasn't looked very good so far. Given they could have easily been 4-4 right now, but an amazing little comeback victory, a shootout realistically with the Houston Texans caused them to drop to 3-5 instead of being 4-4 possibly. The Tennessee Titans, I like what they have with Will Levis, but I think this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is a little bit too much experience. So I think it's another loss for the Tennessee Titans. I was really bummed out that they didn't win on Thursday night because I really thought they had a chance. I fell asleep watching that game on Thursday, and I woke up to the highlight. Like, I didn't look at anything. I just looked at the highlight, and I saw, like, the last drive. I'm like, no, it's so close. My pick could have been right, but wasn't the case. Otherwise, Levis does look good. I think this is going to be a close game. Right now, the spread is set at 1.5. I think that is a tough spread to pick.
Yeah, this one could easily go either way, but I'm going to rock with the Bucs at home, too. I kind of like the Tennessee pick now that I saw both of your guys' picks, but I'm still going to take the Bucs at home. Baker's a more experienced quarterback, so he should get the win. Will Levis did start pretty hot, but he's kind of cooled off since then, and I think he's going to struggle again in Tampa.
All right, what do we have for the first 4
And then we got the Atlanta Falcons flying on over to face off against the Arizona Cardinals. This might be the return of Kyler Murray in this game. It don't matter. I'm going to take Atlanta on the road. This is going to be another stinker game probably. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I guess Atlanta's the better team, and they kind of need a win pretty badly here. So I'm going to take the Falcons on the road.
Yeah, I think this game kind of sucks, so I'm going to go with Arizona here. Oddly enough. Is Kyler Murray playing?
He's expected to start. That's been the word, but there's no confirmation yet.
He's going to get the win. I think I'm going to go with Arizona.
First day back?
Listen, man. I don't know, because the Falcons have looked so on and off this whole entire season. I mean, are they good? Are they not? We don't know. They've had bursts of them looking really good, and then they have bursts of them. Well, not everyone to say bursts. Overall, they look terrible, but they have bursts of them looking really good. I don't really know what to make of them. I feel like they have good pieces, but this isn't their year, and I feel like they might even get upset by the Cardinals here.
Yeah, with the Dolphins being on bye, I can finally have a full week of like watching football, and that is if I don't have anything scheduled for Sunday. But if that is the case, I will be watching this and maybe switch it on Game Time Decision, because if I hear any type of rumor that Bijan Robinson or Drake London or Kyle Pitts are not feeling 100%, I will switch to the Cardinals in a heartbeat, especially if Kyler Murray is playing. But I will rock with the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know what Arthur Smith is doing, and he's really pissing me off, not only for fantasy aspect. I think this Atlanta Falcons team is better than what they've been putting out there, like Joey alluded to, on and off each and every week. And if they can't use their top draft picks offensively, what are they doing? They have a pretty good defense to back them up, and I think they have a chance to not run away with this NFC South. I don't want to get too far ahead saying that, but they definitely could be the front runners. I think they currently are. I haven't looked at the standings, but if my guesses are correct, they are just behind the New Orleans Saints. So it's anyone's division, and I think they could have a chance to win it. But aside from that, Kyler Murray possibly playing in this game, that would be huge. And I thought he was never going to play for the Cardinals ever again, and Might be eating my words on that one, so that's going to be interesting to see. But I'll keep us moving to the next 4:05 game, and that is the Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Tough one. Tough one. Chargers had a big win against the New York Jets last week. Detroit is looking as good as ever. Kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Chargers need to keep winning out, and if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Lions could afford to lose one, but I don't think they do. I think this Lions team keeps rolling and makes examples of decent teams and showing that they are the better team when it comes to like head-to-head matchups. Because the biggest thing is if you keep winning, you're going to keep on improving your seeding. And right now they're sitting on pretty much as one of the top NFC teams, which I don't think a lot of people had on their minds going into the season.
Yeah, I'm going to rock with the Lions here as well. The Chargers, they got a good win against the Jets last week, kind of piled it on against a team that didn't really take advantage of what the defense was putting out. Their offense kind of sucked because Zach Wilson showed that he wasn't that guy on Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. I'm going to walk with the Lions here. They've looked really good so far this season, and not to say that the Chargers can't turn anything around or win this game, but I'm just going to go with the hot hand here and pick Detroit.
For sure.
What's better than 2 Lions?
A
3
Charger.
Lions. Let me take the Lions as well.
Okay.
I'm going to rock with the Lions.
I was so confused before you were
Oh,
going.
yeah, you didn't see that coming. Anyways, yeah, Detroit's the better team. They beat the bad teams, and they keep it close against good teams. Chargers have only beaten bad teams so far this year, pretty much. It's going to be a good test for Detroit, but I think they're the better team. I'm going to take the Lions on the road.
All right, who we got next? 4:25.
All right, the next game, 4:25. New York Giants playing a divisional game against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to just keep it easy. The Giants are bad, really bad. Dallas is really good on defense. As long as it doesn't come down to a play where Dak Prescott needs to win the game, they're going to win. So give me the Cowboys at home. I think it's an easy pick. Giants are really bad this year. And who knows who's playing quarterback? Tommy DeVito from Goodfellas.
Hey, what you disrespecting my boy Tommy DeVito for, huh? What are you talking about?
Nice
Fuck
guy,
outta-
but
fuck outta
he
here.
can't play quarterback, but nice guy.
Yeah, them boys don't look so Jersey tough no more. They be eating hot dogs, Zeppelis, whatever they got going on there down at the boardwalk. Cigarettes, bourbon, whatever. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know. But I'm rocking with the Dallas Cowboys here. I feel bad for Giants fans because it's just, you pay Daniel Jones. He tore his ACL again. He's out for the season. And now you got this guy, Tommy DeVito, who sounds like he's an extra in The Sopranos. So I don't even know what to make of that. But they did call it Matt Barkley. I don't think he's getting the start this week or will be playing at all. But
He stinks.
yeah, he stinks too. So there's not really any hope for the Giants. But good luck, I guess. Hopefully you beat the Cowboys. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. If you guys saw, the spread is -16.5. I want to say this is the biggest spread I've seen all season. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the highest spread. Last time these two played each other, the Giants didn't even score a single point.
Yeah.
Do they score an offensive touchdown at all at this point in this game? Anyone?
Probably
No.
not.
Comment
Maybe
is
not.
no. The consensus is no, guys. Yeah, things are going from bad for worse for the Giants. I feel really bad for them. But we'll keep it moving to the next 4:25 game. We have the Washington Commanders versus Seattle Seahawks. I think this might be one of the better games of the 4 o'clock window. If anything, it's probably Detroit and Los Angeles, but it's between these two. And I'm going to go with I forgot who I picked on the website. I picked the Seahawks, so I'm going to stay true to that. I think they are the better team. They're at home. The 12th man is going to be there surrounding them and really helping out. I think they had a bad stretch recently, and I think they're going to get back on track. That game against Ravens was absolutely brutal for them. I think they have a good comeback win, and especially in front of the home crowd, they've been so loyal to them for so long, and I think they want to keep seeing this team advance forward and Washington puts up good fights against a lot of teams, and it should be an interesting game. The spread is -6 for Seattle. I think I might go with Washington +6 on that one. I think they put it a little bit closer than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with I'm gonna rock with Seattle, Washington.
There we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's go with
See
that
what you
one.
did
Yeah,
there, buddy.
come on now, watch out, one way or the other, right? Listen, Seattle, yeah, like you said, did not get the crap kicked out of them by the Ravens, who are one of the best teams in the NFL. I think they get a big comeback win here. Washington, kind of that team that might be able to make a wild card spot if they turn something around, but I don't know. I don't think they get the best of Seattle here. I'm gonna rock with the Seahawks.
Give me that blue wave, baby. Let me get the Seahawks at home. Big bounce back game for them against a team that was sellers at the trade deadline. I don't think they're trying to win very many more games, although I think Ron Rivera's job might be kind of on the line over there. We'll see. But, yeah, big bounce back game for Seattle here after they got creamed. And I think they only scored, 6 points? I said it earlier, but
Yeah, I think it was 6 points.
something like that. But anyways, moving on. We got the New York Jets, Sunday Night Football, playing the Las Vegas Raiders. This game stinks. This is almost one of the worst primetime games we've seen all year. I don't know who to pick. The Jets' D is kind of good. Vegas' O is really bad. I think this is a game that one of these defenses are just going to dominate. Give me Max Crosby at home, I guess, against the Jets. I'm taking the Raiders here. But who really knows in this one? This is kind of a, I think, low-scoring game. Take the under here. What do you think,
Under
Joe?
36.5.
Yeah, probably take the under here. This game there's one word to describe this game:
Impeccable.
unwatchable.
Oh.
And that's probably what I will be doing. I won't be watching this. I'd rather watch a movie or something else or just whatever. I really don't care.
Barbie.
I do not have I have all my other games picked but this one. It's really tough because both teams. It's tough because the Jets looked really promising before Monday Night Football, and now it's like, dude, I don't even know what to think of Zach Wilson. I think I like what you said, Chris. I'm going to rock with Max Crosby. At home, the whole coaching change thing seems to have lit a fire under the Raiders.
True
Seems
that.
like they're, smoking cigars after beating really crappy teams. So maybe they'll do it again on Sunday night.
Yeah, that was one thing I regretted from last week and not switching my pick is them against the New York Giants. We recorded the episode, and then later on that night, McDaniels was fired. And I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. Then they called up this interim.
great.
No, I'm saying it's not like it wasn't good for my pick because I picked the Giants. And then they called up this interim coach, and this guy had a fire to him, and I love it. So I am a buyer for this game on the Las Vegas Raiders. But can we get the Jets off of primetime? I understand you guys were supposed to have Aaron Rodgers. This was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers versus Devontae Adams on either side of the ball. I mean, both of these teams stink. We got to start flexing these games out. And it's no shade to them. I think we got to give the people better matchups on these primetime games, especially like a Sunday night when we can flex a Sunday game. Come on, let's do it. Come on, why not?
Yeah, Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Roger, why'd you only go to the Chiefs boat and not the Dolphins party, huh?
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah.
See,
Foosball.
we know where the script's at.
What a-
Taylor Swift
yeah.
and the whole deal. Yeah, this is all. It's all an act.
What a
Yeah,
meanie.
not gonna let them get to me.
I'm gonna get back to it in
Don't
a
let him
second.
get to you, dude.
No, I'm pulling a JP.
I'm gonna get back to it in a second, but I saw some script stuff and
The colors on the Super Bowl logo. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I'll talk about it after we get through the games. So let's get to the final game of the week. We have Monday Night Football, the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. I don't like either team.
Jesus. Sorry. That was
The Bills
bad.
stink. The Broncos stink. But if I had to pick between the two of them, I will go with the Buffalo Bills. They let me down last Sunday night against the Cincinnati Bengals. I thought they would come out with a little bit more fire in their belly. That was not the case. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, were humming at all cylinders. Buffalo Bills have not looked good at all. Denver Broncos starting to look slightly better. They're competitive, but not to beat Buffalo Bills. I'm sorry, guys. You're not going to beat them. You're not.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills as well. Buffalo Chips is going to be rocking on a Monday night for Dollar Wing Night. Very hyped for that. Won't be able to go, but, kind of cool for them. But, yeah, let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, Buffalo hasn't looked great this year. Denver's actually won the last 2 games, which is kind of shocking.
Who cares?
And they just beat the Chiefs, but they're not going to beat another top AFC team, I don't think, in a row. And I think if you put a Buffalo and a Bronco into a pit and wanted to see who came out on top, it'd probably be the Buffalo. So I'm going to take the Bills at home here.
Jeez. Any last words for this game or any of the games we mentioned earlier?
Josh Allen needs to go off.
Yeah, he needs to save the city.
Please.
Oh my God,
Throw it to anybody.
No, this is the thing that pisses me off with the Buffalo Bills in fantasy football, especially with Gabe Davis.
Mm-hmm.
You start Gabe Davis, he gives you nothing.
You bench
him, and then guess what? He goes off for 20 at least, right? And then it's an ever-ending cycle. All right, so Jesus Christ, this is tearing me apart in fantasy, man. Realistically, last week it wouldn't have cost me, but overall, his performance did not help. This is all I got to say. But that will conclude the picks. Teams on bye include the Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm getting to it, guys. My gosh.
Eagles.
You are correct. There's one more. What is it?
This is
what
where
is
you
it?
come in.
Yeah,
play,
Joey
buddy.
knows the team.
He knows.
It's the Los Angeles Rams. So yeah, those 4 teams are on bye. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Rams just signed Carson Wentz.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting signing. Yeah. That kind of points to Stafford not being all as healthy as we thought he could possibly be. I mean, he didn't play last week, so that definitely adds on to that. Kansas City, big win against the Dolphins in Germany. Los Angeles Rams, big loss against the Green Bay Packers. No Matthew Stafford, like Chris alluded to, just signed Carson Wentz. Miami Dolphins, big loss against the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. But let's hope things are all good and they'll come out of the bye week strong. Supposedly they're supposed to get Achane back, and that is going to be absolutely amazing if that's the case. Philadelphia, one of the top teams in football, not really much to worry about. I don't know if A.J. Brown kept down that streak that we talked about last week, 125 for consecutive games. But aside from that,
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, what I was alluding to earlier with the script, they showed like 2 of the primary colors in each of the last 2 Super Bowls, and it was corresponding to the teams that were in the Super Bowls. And then this year, they alluded to it possibly being the Ravens and the 49ers.
Oh!
Rematch of the Super Bro of the Harbaugh brothers.
The
obviously.
Blackout Bowl.
Yeah, the Blackout Bowl in NOLA. That would be funny. So if that's the case, buckle your shoes, because I think that would be a really good Super Bowl, though.
It would.
I will say that.
It would be a good Super Bowl. I'd like to watch that, but I don't think that. I think I got the Eagles winning the NFC in my opinion, but we'll see what happens. Maybe the Reds for somebody else.
Buckle your shoes? Is that what you said?
Did I say that?
Buckle your shoes. Did they be buckling their shoes in Germany? Did you see people buckle their shoes and shit?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, they were buckling their shoes. They were like, Guten Tag.
Hey,
And,
buckle your shoes, buddy, because it's coming.
and they hit me with a massive Prost.
Hell yeah, pros.
That was awesome. But yeah, that pretty much concludes NFL game picks for Week 10.
What a deadbeat.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be you after Thursday night if you guys lose. So this is what we'll do next week if the Bears lose on Thursday night. Chris will sit in that chair for the rest of the episode for Week 11, and the skeleton will sit there.
I made a bet that I can't shave my face when the Bears win. I haven't really been telling a lot of people about that bet.
Now it's public.
And I didn't want to bring it up today, but it's out there now, so I gotta stay true. But yeah, hopefully we win.
Jeez.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
out there.
This man's beard is going to get so freaking long.
Dude, we went almost a whole year
I
last
know.
time, bro. It's gonna get bad.
Oh, man. Well, that concludes Week 10 of NFL Game Picks. If you guys made it to this point, thanks for watching. And we'll catch you guys next week. And we'll see if Chris has a shaven beard or not. Let's tune in.